I'm sure you guys have heard about emilyedit coming out with a palette with Makeup Revolution, and this is one of them, and it's called the emilyedit The Needs palette. And this is kind of like an all-in-one kind of palette. It has like a bronzer, blush, highlight, under eye powder, and like a couple shadows. Not a couple, 6 shadows. I have had this since I moved here. So I've bought it before I moved to California, wanting to film a video about this. I'm just now able to sit down and film a freaking video about this palette. If you guys want to see how I created this full kind of face look with this palette, then just keep on watching. Woohoo! I miss you guys so much, and I'm so excited to finally dive into this beautiful palette. And I'm gonna start off by using the shade called Kindness. It's an under eye powder, but I'm using it as an all over wash on my lids to create a base. Now I'm taking the bronzer shade called Courage, and I'm using that as the transition shade today, just to set up my eyes for the look I'm gonna create. Next, I'm taking a pinky, beautiful muted rose color called Honesty, and I'm using that right over the transition shade and just creating more of a warmth to the look. Next, taking the dark brown color called Hope, I'm placing that right on my lid just to give it that smoky, defined depth that I really want. Now I'm going to go ahead and blend all of that with the shade called Faith and just make it all seamlessly blend together. I'm taking that shade Honesty again, and I'm going to place that right on the lower lash line to create more of this smoky, very blended out, beautiful diffused look. And then I'm going to take the brown color Hope again and kind of blend it all out so that it's not so red and that everything kind of is balanced. Now taking the shade called Peace, I'm going to blend everything out in the lower lash line once more to make sure there's no harsh edges. I'm also taking Kindness to highlight my brow bone just to kind of pull the look together. I'm going to highlight my inner corner using the shade called Gratitude. It's the highlight shade in the palette and it looks very beautiful. And I'm going to bronze up my face with the shade Courage and just use a big fluffy brush to distribute the product evenly. Time to use the blush shade called Joy, and I'm just going to take that in my smaller blush brush and just apply it right over my bronzer. Then I'm adding the Gratitude highlight shade all over the tops of my cheekbones. It is so beautiful, it's not too much. I'm also adding that to the bridge of my nose just to bring out my nose a little more. Now I'm going to finally set everything with my Pixie setting spray, and that is basically it, you guys. Alright friends, so this is the completed look as I showed you in the beginning of the video. It's pretty simple, it's kind of warm, it's got that fall vibe, which I really love. And I could use that right now because in California, fall doesn't exactly feel like fall. And it's kind of a bummer because fall is my favorite season. But that's besides the point. I am feeling very fall on my face. I think the highlight went on very beautifully. I'm not a big blush girl. If you've been with me for a while, for like ever since I started my channel, I've probably mentioned a couple times that I'm not a huge blush girl, but I tried the blush anyway, and I think it kind of brought a little warmth, a little like rosiness to my cheeks, which was kind of nice. The bronzer, I had absolutely no problem kind of blending on my face, which was really nice. Only thing I will say though is because the blush has a bit of a sheen to it, it's not as like shimmery as this highlight obviously, but it does have a bit of a sheen to it, so it does exaggerate a little bit like your pores. Maybe not your pores, but more so texture, I would say. So because the blush has a bit of shimmery, you know, finish to it, it will emphasize a little bit of texture if you have it going on there. So if you have texture and if you've tried out shimmery blush, you probably know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's just the one thing that I noticed. But otherwise, I didn't find any issues blending the shadows. I thought, you know, it was pretty easy to come up with this look. And what else? Overall, I think this is a pretty solid palette. It has everything you would kind of need in terms of, you know, setting under your eyes, putting on blush, highlight, bronzer, as well as creating a simple everyday look. And it does have shades that you could totally create like a nighttime, like evening look with as well. Like this passion shade, hope, faith, just any combination of these shades you can create a daytime friendly look, a nighttime friendly look. So I really love that about just kind of the layout. The only thing I will also mention is that it was a bit difficult because I like using like bigger bronzer brushes. It was a little bit difficult to kind of get my brush evenly coated with this little pan. But if you don't have as like humongous, you know, bronzer brushes like I do, you might not have like so much of an issue. But yeah, that was like my only gripe, was that the bronzer pan was a little small and my brush is like humongous compared to it, you know. So that was a little bit difficult to work with, but otherwise, in terms of the product themselves and how they worked on my skin, I feel like it came out with a very beautiful finish and I am very happy with it. Now, I will mention something about the packaging. I really love this packaging. I mean, like, this is classic, it's cute, but what I'm really talking about is this plastic casing. It like snaps into place. It's very like durable feeling, and it has a gigantic mirror. Like, this entire surface is a nice, good quality mirror, which I am really loving. Like, this is so practical. You know, you can honestly just throw this in your bag if you're going for like a weekend trip. This is honestly all you need in terms of like powder products, you know what I mean? I mean, you probably need like a face powder, but this honestly has everything you need because it has a gigantic mirror that fits your entire face. That's really awesome. So I don't know why I'm geeking out so much about it, but I really love it. I feel like it's very friendly for like people that kind of want like, give me everything I need in one palette and I'm good to go. You'll probably like this palette. And it is a pretty affordable price as well. I don't know it off the top of my head, but I will list it in the description box below if you are curious. But I'm pretty sure it's like $14 or something crazy like that. Can you guys tell that I'm really excited to finally start talking to you guys again? I'm so sorry again for just being MIA for like a couple months. I'm really grateful as always for all your kind words and encouragement and support. You guys are so awesome, and I do want to tell you the truth that you are beautiful, you are so amazing and loved and marvelous, and I hope you guys truly believe that about yourselves. Be kind to yourselves today. And with that, I will see you guys next week with another video. Bye!